This video we're gonna talk about the Google's latest release called the Google Antigravity, which is an AI editor similar to the Cursor. So this AI editor is very much unique. Unique in the sense that it will create a draft editor. When you give your prompt, it will first create a draft editor. Here you can see it will first create the implementing steps. If you want to review some changes, you can give your updated version on that. While in the Cursor, you can't do that. But here you can do this. You can see that here in this, what you can do is you can edit what are the changes that you want to do in this implementation steps, and it will update it, and based on this updation that you have give, it will automatically change this implementation plan. So we're gonna see one by one. So if you head over to this website called the antigravity.google.com, this is the dashboard which they have released. AI wipe coding. So this is the way wipe coding from the google.com experience lift off with the next generation IDE. If you scroll on, they will give you some examples how you can generate the projects from this. So using this vibe coding, what you can do is you can build the professional websites, you can build the front end professional front end, you can also build the professional full stack application also. And if you head over to this pricing option, let me go to the pricing option now. Currently they are offering the free version. How long they gonna give this for free? Maybe they are giving this for testing purpose. Let's see how long they are providing this for free. Currently, we can download this for free, and they also offer the team plan as well as the enterprise plan. And if you want to download this, if you head out to the home page, here you can say click for download for Windows. You can click on there, and here we can select download this for Windows. I'm gonna download the x64, so let me download this software now. I'm also gonna install this for the first time. Let's see. Now the download has been complete. Let me open up the file now. Let's install this file now. So let me accept this. Next. So let's click on next now. Here I'm gonna click on the option called create a desktop icon. So select that, click on next and click on install. Let's see how this AI editor will look like from the Google. Now the installation has been complete. Let me click on finish. It will open up the software by default. You consider yes. Let me click on allow now. This is the anti-gravity AI vibe coding. So let me click on next now. Welcome to anti-gravity, and I'm gonna click on start first. Select that, and here for the theme I'm gonna select the dark theme and click on next now here. So if you want to change this to agent driven development or agent assisted development, I'm gonna stick with the recommended one. Then let's click on next. Here we have to sign in with our Google account. Let me sign in with my Google account now. Let me select my Google account and click on sign in now. And let me open up the anti-gravity now. Now I have successfully authenticated. Let me go to the software now. So just click on next now. We have our successfully login. Here you can see this is the user interface. So let me open up a folder now. So click on open folder. In the desktop I have created a folder for this video. So let me open up this folder now. So this is the empty anti-gravity. You can see that the interface is very similar to the Visual Studio Code. So actually this is built based on the open source Visual Studio Code. If you click on help and go to about section, you can see that actually it is built on top of the open source of this VS Code. So that's why the interface is very similar to the VS Code. Let me close this one, and here you can see the agent is currently loading. So let me click on read window now. The agent is loading. Just give you a few minutes. It will take some time since we have installed this for the first time on. And we have another option also called the open agent manager. Click on agent manager. You consider while working on one project, we can also work on another project using different agents. So we will see this later. For now, let me close this one. Here, just give a few minutes. The agent is currently loading. Once it is loaded, then we can create a project now. Now the agent has been loaded. Here you can see we have two options. The first one is the planning and the second one is the first option. As I told earlier, if you select the planning option, it will first give you the what are the tasks that it's gonna do and the implementation steps. So let's stick to the planning now. So I'm gonna select the planning, and for the model we can choose the any model, Google 3 Pro, and we also have the Claude Sonnet. So if you want to select the Claude one, you can choose that one, or we can select the Gemini 3. So let me stick to that one, and for the prompt I'm gonna give you a prompt like create a expense tracker project. Fast API has a backend and React has a front, and this is our project that we're gonna do using this AI editor. And I'm gonna say like I should be able to add the expense and income per day. So this is our project now. That is, we want to enter the expense and income day by day. Consider it starts generating, and here you can see is begin outlining the projects now. You consider it is defining the initial structure of the project, is project architecture. So once it has defined the project architecture and the initial steps, it will give us the what are the tasks that it's gonna do. Consider it give us what are the things that he's this A is gonna do and the implementation plan. So if you go to the task now, you consider for the project initialization, it is using the IMD. Here for the React front end, it is using the React plus White. Here, if you want to change anything, you can just add a comment now. For example, here for a front end now, first I will add the comment for the front end. I'm gonna say like use npm now. Here for the backend also, we can also add a comment now. For here for the dependencies for setting up the virtual environment, I'm gonna say like use UV package manager. Similarly, you can also add anything that you want to change here in this project, that is in this task, and based on this task list that you provide, updated task list that you provide, it will update the structure accordingly. For example, here I have made some two changes, right? Click on submit now. Consider it will update the plan task accordingly. You consider now it is updating the implementation plan to use our updated ones. You consider this the implementation plan. Now it is using the npm as a command to for the front end and the UV as a package manager for the backend. So just click on proceed now. You consider it is proceeding with the updated implementation plan. So here you can see it is asking us to create the backend folder as well as to install all the packages. Just click on update now. So this is requesting our terminal now. You consider make it backend and see the into backend and UV init. You consider now the backend folder has been created successfully. Now it is downloading all the dependencies that we need. If you expand the backend folder now, you consider it has created the folder structure now, and it has also downloaded all the packages needed for this project. So if it also created this virtual environment for us, it is creating the files one by one and adding the code inside these files. Just give you a few minutes, it will take some time now. And you considered now it is reviewing initial assumptions, refining the approach. It is basically it is trying it try and error method. It will first create some code and it will analyze the code if it is correct or not. Again, it is asking for our terminal access. I'm gonna click on accept now. Now the backend has been successfully started. Now we consider it is verifying the backend. If the code written by this AI is actually correct or now, you consider it is creating a test file now. Let me click on accept now. You consider now the backend has been successfully created. I think it is creating a unit testing file now. You consider all tests has been successfully passed. Now the backend has been successfully completed. Now it is go with the front end now. It is creating the React project using the white. You consider now the backend has been successfully completed. Now it is going with the front end. So for the front end, it is also creating the React sample template. Now you consider now we have a front end folder here, and it also made some changes here. We have the structure for the front end. We have the assets. So just give you a few minutes. You consider it is installing all the packages that we need for our front end dependencies. Again, it is requesting the terminal. So if you want to view the code here, you can select any file here. Consider this is the test backend, that is the unit testing. Here you consider it is installing the packages that is needed for the front end. You consider this is the API.js file. Actually, it is interacting with the backend using this API URL there. Actually, now it is creating the React components now. Transaction form.jsx, transaction list.jsx. You consider it is one by one creating the React components, and it is using the Tailwind CSS for the styling options. So let me scroll down. You consider it is as creating the React server now. So I'm gonna click on accept now to start the React server. So just click on accept now to start the React server now. That is a front end server. Now the front end server has been started, and it will give you the instruction on how we can start this project. Just give a few minutes. It will take some time to give the instruction on how you can access the project. You consider it is given as a walkthrough here, front end back end, how you can start a front end, how we can start a back end. and the application will be available at this URL here. So let me copy this URL now and let me open up the browser now. So let me open up this browser and open up a new tab and paste the URL here. Actually, we are uh, getting some errors here. We can fix this since this is a initial draft, right? That's why we are getting this error. What we can do is we can copy the error and paste this here, and we can ask the AI agent to fix this. I got this error and fix this error now. Now it is asking us the terminal request again to fix the error. Now it is making some changes now. Finally, after some initial draft and after we got that error, anti-gravity acts fixed that error. This is the UI that we got. Actually, this UI is pretty good, right? We have the income, we have the expenses, balance, and day by day we can add the income and expenses. And you consider the front end is running on this URL and the back end is running on the URL. Here, let's enter a transaction. Now for the title, I'm gonna add food, and for the amount, I'm gonna enter something. So this is expense, right? And click on add expense. You consider front end and back end are working properly. Let's also enter another transaction. Now here for the salary, I'm gonna enter the salary and the amount. And this is income, right? So change this to income and click on add a transaction. Here you can see it is working properly. So yeah, this is how you build any project, front end project, back end project, or full stack project using this new AI web editor called Google's Anti-Gravity. And yeah, this is for this video, and I will continue in the next one. I will provide the link of this website in the description as well. You can check that out. So this is for this video, and I will continue in the next one.